Does fashion mean to you?
For me, fashion is your identity, it's your personality, and it's who you are before you even speak. I feel like clothes tell so many stories. So if you want to go really crazy with clothes or if you want to be really minimalistic, you have that choice. And it basically just introduces you to the world before they even know you.
What inspired you to start your brand or pursue design?
So I always wanted to be a fashion designer from a very young age. I was inspired by a lot of the big American designers and I was like, I really want to have a real global brand. And then I started sewing clothes for myself in my mum's kitchen when I was studying, which then I moved on to specialise in creating velvet pieces. And I had all the locals in my town come in to buy clothes from me. And after that, I moved to Milan and studied fashion in Italy, learning quality over quantity. And then when I moved back to London, I interned at Tom Ford and I learned the art of luxury fashion.
How do your values or background influence the way you design?
From the Caribbean and growing up in Britain has really influenced my designing process because a lot of people know, people from the Caribbean, we like to play with colour, we like boldness, we like trying different designs and different styles, which is what inspired me to create the puffer spacesuit, which is one of my most iconic pieces that Popcorn wore in Jamaica to his Unruly festival. So that is what really inspired me. And then bringing it back to my British culture really inspired me with having more clean, minimalistic pieces that you can wear every day. A lot of my designing was influenced from growing up as well. A lot of me and my friends always wore like athleisure pieces, like sportswear, puffer jackets and tracksuits. So combining that with everything I learned in Milan and at Tom Ford is why I decided to create athleisure garments as well. I really want my garments to allow people to feel empowered. A really nice story that I had when I first started, as I mentioned before, when I was sewing the garments in my kitchen, one of the boys from my school ordered a velvet piece, and I will always remember when he went into the bathroom and came out and tried it on, he felt so good. And he was like, oh my gosh, I look amazing. He was jumping up and down. Me and my mum were like, wow, how can your clothes really inspire people this much and empower people this much? And that is exactly how I want my clients to feel whenever they wear Trimingham pieces. Like they know they look good and they feel great.
World driven by trends, how do you stay true to your creative vision?
I feel like as slow fashion designers, we really don't really get driven by trends because we take inspiration from anything and everything. For example, I could look at this plant right now and see this as a zip. Like I could see these little bits here as little accents into a color, or I could turn this into a print right now. So it's kind of like we take inspiration from absolutely everything. I've never really been a designer to ever really look at trends, to be honest. So and I got that inspiration from studying at Central St. Martin's, where they teach you to just really be an individual and be as expressive as possible. We learned to design with our eyes closed, to draw with our opposite hand, to do continuous line drawings. And this is where this is how we learn how to create.